and welcome to episode 2 of Moonspa Mondays by Kawaii Mystic Mama. That's me. Today I've been nurturing myself by having a little bit of a dress up. As you can see, I'm actually wearing some makeup today, although I haven't bothered with the nails. You know, you've got to pace yourself. I was at the market a little bit last week, and I found a few things that kind of make my life cute, make my life more cute. So I'm going to share those with you today because I am indulging in them today, and they are extremely low cost options. If you have a local market, go down there and see what's what, because there are often very adorable things that you can find and use, and sometimes there are crystal stalls and all kinds of things like that. The first lady that I met was a lady called Kath. Her stall, check my little notebook, is Kath's Cosmetics. She is at the market on Wednesdays only, so if you're in the St Albans area you can go and see her. She provided me with this very adorable wig. There were a lot of these kind of wigs at Hyper Japan, and I didn't get one because it was all just too much. There was too much information, too much stuff, and it was nice to be able to buy one locally. This is the box that it came in, and it comes with a little wig cap so you can keep all your hair out of the way. Even the box is really quite sweet. The wig cap comes in there, and it has a little instruction booklet as well, tied with a bow. So that was that. And then I discovered, stumbled across a bag stall which is called Hardwick, and it's usually opposite Tesco Metro. And I found loads of little purses and tiny bags like this. Love one. They had Hello Kitty and things like that, things that yeah, little girls would love, and I love. Yeah, it's just really sweet. And it was only £1. £1. So each of those is £1. Great stocking fillers, and I mean stocking fillers that are really stocking fillers, not stocking fillers that cost like £15. Although, you know, if you have that money to spend, you can spend it, but if you don't have to feel like you should be spending all this money. There are these cute things, you know, that you can find that are just really sweet. Especially for the little girls or the little boys that really like them. I wanted a small bag for my Oracle card deck that I used last week, because I used my unicorn velvet bag to put my unicorn cards in, because I'm starting to carry them around with me a little bit more, because I'm finding that people are responding really positively to me having the cards out, and they want to come and they want to talk to me about it, which I think is really lovely. And so instead of buying a bag, which, you know, might cost, I don't know, if it's a special bag, especially for Oracle cards, it's probably like, you know, 12 quid or something like that. And I gathered some bits from the haberdashery store on St Albans Market, and I made myself this very cute bag, complete with tiny bows and this very sweet little gem button. That's the back. 2 pieces of felt that took. I sewed up the sides, I sewed along this back part here, and I stuck these on, although I would recommend that you you actually put a stitch or 2 in there, because when they go in your bag they do fall off. I punched holes for the ribbon here to hook over the button, and then the cards are inside. I also have pulled out today to do a little bit of reading this book called Fabled Lands. Now this comes from a series of books that I used to be fascinated with as a child. They were in my school library, and I went to school in Cyprus, in Nicosia, a school called the Falcon School, and they had this range of books, and particularly one called Magical Beasts or Mythical Beasts was my favourite, and I went back to it again and again, reading about the Pegasus and all of the animals that were in there, griffins and things like that. But a friend of mine gave me this a while ago, which comes from the same range. She didn't know that it was from the range that I've been fascinated with. So I'm going to have a little look at these exciting mythical lands today. It's also got one of my favourite colours on the cover, so that's great. One thing I have been thinking about this week, it's been an emotional time for many reasons in the news and things like that. I have been thinking a lot about the people of Standing Rock and the best ways to support them in their protest against the Dakota Access Pipeline. Now, you're seeing this a week behind, so by now that pipeline access has been refused for now. They're going to do some more planning about alternative routes, and so that is great news. But when I was thinking and praying about this last week, I went to bed, you know, praying to the guides, to the ancestors, saying, what can we do? You know, those of us from around the world who can't be there, who will contribute what we can financially, what can we do to help these people? And I had a very vivid dream about dreaming the most positive outcome for these people. So I had this vision basically within my sleep of, it was so vivid, of the happiness and joy and the prospering of these peoples, the Sioux people and other nations like them. And they were dancing, they were singing, you know, they were procreating, and they were containing and sharing the wisdom of the land that they have grown up with and on. So I woke up at 3:30 in the morning after this beautiful dream, and I thought, you know, why add worry to the situation? Why add fear to the situation? That's not going to help anyone. I don't want to be sitting here praying in worry. I want to send good energy, and where do we find this good energy when we really need to send it? So this is my prayer and my dream. I posted this on my Facebook, my Instagram, and if I'll write it down below, so if you want to share in it, because I think we really do still need to dream this dream of complete freedom and prosperity for those people. It's called A Dream and a Prayer, and it's for the Sioux people. As I pray for you, I see you standing tall, like a mountain range, holding the sacred earth. Solid as rock, yet warm as sunlight, your faces glow with the energy of divine life force, connected with the planet and all these bright beings whose hearts are sending you love. I see the ancestors crowded around you dancing. I see the birds covering you with their mighty wings. I see those with cruel intent fade away like the shadows at sunrise, finding their way back to light. I see your children and great-grandchildren walking this land, teaching us her ways. I see you happy. I see you peaceful. I see you free from suffering. Walking in beauty and freedom on this land of which you are the keepers. And so it is. So if you want to pray that prayer with me, please do. Pray it daily and feel the feelings of joy, feel the feelings of freedom that we want to send to these people. So let's draw a card on that note. Because when we nurture each other, we're nurturing ourselves. And it's not something that needs to be tiring or exhausting. It is coming from source energy, from divine energy, this love and this joy that we're sending to them. Seeing them happy. It's like a loving kindness meditation. Seeing them happy and free from suffering. Oh, here we go. Serapis Bay, Ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. Here he is. and we are the light. You know, sometimes we're going to feel dark and we're going to feel dragged down, and I imagine there must be a lot of those kind of feelings amongst these people who are fighting for their land. And we are not so deeply in that. We are not out in the freezing cold being shot with water cannons and sprayed with goodness knows what from aeroplanes. Unfortunately, all that's stopped now, but we need to keep sending light to those people, because we are somewhat withdrawn from that. We can still dream them happy and free. We can still send that energy to them. We're not so bogged down in it physically ourselves that we can't raise the vibration of the situation from where we are. And after I wrote that poem, I went out to work a couple of mornings later, and a massive flock of seagulls were flying with me as I drove along the road. They were swooping and swirling around me. The day after that, the biggest flock of crows that I have ever seen were flying and whirling around myself and my partner as we were walking back into the flat. And it was just incredible. It was as if the prayer that I prayed for the birds to cover them with their wings, the protection, the sentinels, the crows are the sentinels, and the seagulls represent the connection with water, and also the transition between land and sea. So the space between the worlds where fairies dwell, and we can connect to the spirit realm. So this was a beautiful sign from the universe, in my eyes, in my beliefs, to say yes, we are here. Shortly after that, the access was denied for now, but we need to keep praying. We need to keep sending the light. So don't stop now. Keep sending the love. Keep sending the light, so that the world can be changed, and we can change the world in the way that we do things, but also the way that we think of things and the way that we see things, and the attitude that we project out into the world. So my last little nurturing thing is a crystal today, which is a banded agate blue, because I've had a bit of a sore throat last week, and I'll tell you what is really helping, along with my home remedies. I'm feeling so much better, and I don't doubt that that positive dream that's flowing through me at the moment is really helping that as well. So I ask you to join with me in nurturing yourselves first, and then making sure your connections to source can completely flow out to everyone else. And that is all for this episode. I'm sending you so much love. I look forward to sharing with you again soon. Put your comments, press the thumbs up if you like it, subscribe if you want to know when the next one's coming up. So yeah, so much love. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other.